survey about software music. It is what they aim to do. What is typesetting composer's music? I will explain why I use the term composer and not sheet music. And you will see that baroque music has many subtle things in the conclusion. In fact, a musical piece is specified either by a language, for example, like a programming language to specify operations, or by a graphical interface. For example, music tech use an input language. Lillipon does the same. You can specify one by one all the notes of your piece by using note edit or MuseScope, and many others are possible. The goal is to produce audio files if you want to hear your own music, and a printed version of the score if you would like a musician to play your music. Let's recall that the difficulty is blocks are globally balanced but not nested like in a programming language. Explanation. Example here. You have a block of 2 notes, 4 notes, 8 notes. Here, 3. But these 2 blocks are in fact not nested. What is expressed is verticality. That is, when we listen to this piece, that is simultaneous, this note, this one, simultaneity, simultaneity of all the parts here, there, and here, and so on. The same for here, for example. There is 2 notes are slurred, that is just one sound which lasts from here to here. The same here, but in fact there is overlapping of that and this. But globally, each block has a begin, an end, but not nested like in a programming language. The same for bending notes. For example, here, 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 and there. And what is a good quality for the result of typesetting score? Like for a text, a reader should be able to read the text without without displaying characters difficult to read. The same for a score. A musician should be able to use the result without. As I explained, simultaneous notes must be aligned vertically. That is very important. That is, when you are listening to music and reading the score in real time, in fact, the reading has a 2-dimensional process. That is, you read some simultaneous steps like a scanner as the music progresses. About simultaneity, that's not always true. maybe in Poland you know, probably, Witold Lutosławski. That is a kind of random music. That is some synchronization points. That is, the conductor of the orchestra signals a synchronization point, wait for a while, signals the second synchronization point, and each musician has to play his part as he would like. That is, there are just simultaneities only for synchronization points. But for classical music, as I showed you in the previous example, all simultaneity are expressed. What can be interesting for works of the past is to storing them using a digital format. But we have to respect what is written by hand on composer manuscripts. I explain. If you use a music software, the basic assertion is a musical piece at a precise time, just one tonality, one time signature. For example, here is a music score. In fact, you have two keys signature. But no. Flute is an instrument in C. Alto saxophone is a transposing instrument. In fact, this sound and that are the same. But for here, just one tonality, that is G major. What is interesting in such a software, that is rhythm, are checked for you. For example, for alto saxophone, here, quarter note. For this bar, only 3 beats are missing. If I want to specify a full note, that is, the software has computed that the 4 bits of these full notes are split in 3 bits on this first bar, 1 bit of the second. So, checking bar can have some interest. But as you've seen, the assertion is one tonality, one signature. Is that real? You have polytonality, for example. That is, as some instruments play a tonality, other instruments play simultaneously another tonality. You may tell me that is for modern music. Sure? No. Polytonality already existed at the 12th century in motet. That was very, very, very current. Another example, not really modern, by Franz Liszt, in the first piano concerto. Look there. The piano plays in B major, the orchestra strings, not transposing instrument, in E flat major. If you want to specify this score with a music software, you can, but your score will be clumsy because you will use many accidentals here. And the manuscript of Liszt use this polytonality. If you want to respect what Liszt has written, you have to do the same. Another example is polyrhythm. That is, two kinds of rhythm at the same time. In fact, there are two kinds of polyrhythm. Look there. Here, you have a binary rhythm, that is two quarter notes divided by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you have a ternary rhythm, that is 2 beats but divided by 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, simultaneously. And in addition, a bar with 5 bars, beats. It's just superposing. It's the beginning of Igor Prince by Alexander Borodin. The same. If you want to have only one time signature, you can. But the resulting score will be clumsy because you will put irregular groups everywhere here and here. And not as readable as it is. The same, if you want to respect what is handwritten, you must provide this kind of polyrhythm. As you can see, that is a bar-to-bar equivalence in the sense that all the bars are synchronizing points. That's not always true. Here you have a beat-to-beat equivalence. That is, all instruments play according to the same beat. But all instruments except the trombone play 2 beats. That is 1, 2, 4, 3, and so on. Main beat here, secondary beat there. That is 2 time, a 2-time measure. The trombone plays a 3-time measure. Look there, here. That is, the trombone has not the main beats with the other instruments. If you want to respect what is written by Hindemith, you must specify 2-time measure here, except here, 3 times. And another problem is there a standard notation? Probably. That is full notes divided in 2 half note, quarter note, and so on. Triplets, the same. 3 notes instead of 2. But what is the problem for doublets? Doublets, for example, is this. Instead of 3 8 notes, put 2. But you have 2 possible definitions. According to the first, you must write more than your rhythm. Or 2 8 notes and instead of 3, not enough. The solution is to put that. 2 quarter notes as a doublet. As a proof, this measurement is clear. That is, two dotted quarter note dotted. Well, the doublet is 2 quarter notes. But the second possibility is to say 2 instead of 3 is removing the dot. So use 2 notes, 2 quarter notes instead of 3. For example, by here.
Jean-Michel, which piece of Sibelius was that?
It depends.
But
Which piece of Sibelius? Which piece of Sibelius was that?
Third symphony. If you look in the paper, you will see the bar, the page in the score. The same by Debussy with 2. There are 2 possibilities to specify a doublet. And if you want to typeset what the composer wrote, you have to respect what he noted. And in fact, there is no ambiguity for a musician. That is like a language abuse. A musician can infer from the context what he has to play. The problem is to specify a doublet if you have an automatic checking of the bar, as I showed you previously. In fact, if a standard notation for doublet exists, but not very used. Here. In fact, if you have 2 dotted quarter notes, you can use 1 dotted half note, and you can share it in 2 18 dotted notes. In fact, if you I tap this piece with music score and had no choice, because I tried to put doublets, but music score crashes. for example, there is no satisfactory solution for some irregular group, for example, a septuplet. It can be used instead of 4 notes, for 6 notes, for 8 notes. The fact is, for a musician, no problem because the context allows him to know what he should play, but very difficult to process such a figure automatically. And more stronger, baroque music. There are many problems about a real, a true interpretation of this music, like at this time. But that is not our problem. But typesetting, look there. The rhythm notation was not exactly the same. That is, at this time, it was impossible, like I showed you with the example of Borodin, to overlap binary and ternary rhythm. That is, a part of the orchestra plays 1, 2, 1, 2, the second 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, impossible. In fact, Nicolas Harnoncourt has shown that in such a case, you have to coerce the binary rhythm into the ternary one. And in alignment, in vertical alignment, that has some influence. Look there. Here is an excerpt from Schumann. Schumann used a triplet here. And this figure is 4 16 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is, this 4 16 note is after the 3 notes of the triplet. Okay? Very nice. But Schumann lived in the 19th century. If you look now, this example. If you look here, the same rhythm, but in fact, this figure is for 2 18 notes, 1 18 note in triplet. That is that. This notation was unknown in Baroque music. This was the way to note it. And about typesetting, you have to align that and this. In fact, that is correctly do here. Since typesetting music must align simultaneous rate, you have to do that and this. That is, the two formatting I showed you are correct. For Schumann, because it was Schumann. For Bach, because it was not the same time. More. In fact, the dot notation in music baroque has not a precise meaning as today. It just means that is, this note is very long than this one. Here also you have a binary rhythm and a ternary one. The binary rhythm is coerced into the last note. In fact, that is not 3 plus 1, but 5 plus 1. And as a typesetter, you have to align as the picture here. If you want your listener to exactly perceive the simultaneity, you have to perform this alignment. In fact, most often a dotted note lasts more than strictly specified. That's why they are called over-dotted notes. I don't know if there is a translation in Polish. The original term in German is überpunktierte Note. That's the same here, for example. This phrase is not la 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 la. No. Here is the correct way. La 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 la. That is, this note is more longer than strictly specified. Here is not a problem for typesetting because, in fact, all the parts share the same rhythm. But here, if you look at this example, at first glance, you can believe that a mistake because you have a eighth note here, and strictly speaking, it should be aligned here at first glance. But this example concerns baroque music. In that case, this note is coerced with the last note. And the alignment is correct. The same here. In fact, at this time, some such hits were not noted precisely. That is, it was approximated and people applied the correction. Like in the jazz now, in fact. In the jazz, all the hits are not explicitly noted. Jazzmen arrange and interpolate some rhythm. That was the same at this time. Not with the same rule, but the same kind of revising interpretation.
Syncopic, yeah? Syncopation or some such also?
Here? Here? In fact, in some manuscripts, it was noted this way. That's why Harnoncourt understood what is the right way to play that. When I was a student in school music, we didn't play this music rightly, in fact. And now, personally, when I listening to some recordings of this time, that's very strange. If you listen, for example, Bach by Klemperer, Karl Richter, or Furtwängler, that's atrocious in comparison what is done now. In fact, the problem, there is an interpretation problem, but as you can see, also typesetting problems. In fact, I introduced many problems without even solutions. In fact, there is many language abuses. For example, for some non-standard notation, it depends on the times. It was not the same language abuses in the baroque music, in jazz, and so on. For example, as a last example, if you look at this part, that is a five clef with this percussion. Strictly speaking, there is a mistake because, in fact, this note cannot be synchronized with this one. It should be played. Well, in fact, the correct is 2 5 flats. The top 5 flats has 3, 4, 5 strong. Is it only needed to add some clumsy notations because that is quite clear for a violinist. That is an excerpt of a violin sonata. The problem more clear, but that is like the language abuse. If you want to typeset such a score, you have to conform to it. A musician can play it. It is the most important. The second point important, that is, we need some additional information. That is, the times of the piece, and even possibly system used by author. Yeah. Finished? Maybe, no, but back song, now, more later, as you prefer.
We find out if we have it. We can make it later. Yeah?
Okay.
Questions? You seem to become convinced that music typesetting is difficult. Nobody disagrees. Thank you very much. It's dinner time. We will be back.